Welcome back everybody to a brand new FTB Infinity. As you can see, some things have changed around here. Of course, we got the ME controller. We're going to be jumping into that right away. But as you can see, the pressers and the QED have been moved. Yes, indeed. As well as, I usually do this at the beginning of every applied energistics that I do. I make a whole bunch of processors just right out of the gate. Simple automation, just some acceleration cards, really cheap overall, and hoppers into it, with one needing an item duct to go up. And these guys, you just throw in the materials that you need accordingly, and it'll automatically craft up to the 64 processors. It's a great way just to get a whole bunch right off the get-go. So I highly recommend doing that as well. Down in our processing center, some things have changed a little bit in the form of, I finally got rid of the pumpkins over here, and I made more ender flux crystals here for our QED, and I moved my presser setup here for right now. We may have to change that around, we'll see. But it would be kind of nice to kind of sort of automate that a little bit as well. But yeah, so those are two things that have been done. The other major thing that I've worked on pretty much all morning here is we've expanded the big reactor. Alright. We got some more yellorium rods. We're running this guy at about 50% right now. And it is doing 4.8k flux per tick. I believe this reactor now will do up to about 9,000. It's over 9,000 actually. It's over 9,000 RF per tick on full. So we have tons of power. It'll be interesting to see. I might disable this and see what happens to our power upstairs. Because if I could run that into our mass fab, increasing that speed, which means more iridium, which I'm basically running 24/7 here, and we're up to 40. Very nice. We should be good to go. Let's hide all those things like so, and we're pretty much ready to go for our first ME terminal. Let's take out all these logic processors, and now I think officially we are ready. So we're still using the old request table. I just made some illuminated panel and some glass cable, all pretty straightforward, nothing too crazy. And of course the Fluix crystal is basically that guy there. One charge Certus, one nether quartz, and one redstone dust in water. Perfectly fine, really straightforward, no big deal there. But we need an ME crafting terminal. So for that, we're going to need a terminal. Now, we do need other ones as well. Interface, okay, that's fine. Interface terminal's good. What's the other one? Pattern terminal requires another crafting terminal. So we need at least 2 crafting terminals. So let's do that up right. So we need formation cores and annihilation cores. These guys require some Fluix dust, charged Certus, or regular Certus, that's the one we'll use, and the logic processors. Fluix dust is basically pulverizing down some Fluix crystals. So let's get a few of those. Oops. Fluix crystals, let's do, you know what? Let's get 40. We'll do 40 of them because I know for a fact that we'll probably need more down the road, and we'll be fine with this. So we'll do 40 of these. We'll get some of that Fluix crystal going. Nice, the inscribers all done. It's beautiful. So useful. So useful. Alright. So we'll just put that guy in there for now, and let's make our first ME terminal. So formation plane is one of the things. We're going to use Certus quartz crystal, that is correct, and we'll put in all of our logic processors here. So this guy, we're going to need, I think we'll just need the 2 for right now. So boom, 2 of those. And let's do 2 of the annihilation, which requires nether quartz. Okay. Not too shabby. And I don't have any in this system, do I? No, it's fine. There we go. We'll put some more in. Right there, if I'm not mistaken. Look at that. I remembered. Boom. Nether quartz. Good. And that'll give us our annihilation plane. Now we can make our ME terminal. Just like so. I think it's that one. It's the illuminated panel. Okay, good. 1 and 2. 2 terminals. Awesome. And now we can make our 2 crafting terminals. So first of all, we need 2 crafting tables. 1, 2. 1 and 2. Good. And we have the calculation processors ready to go. So let's do it up. 1, 2. 1, 2. Awesome. Okay, so one of these guys is for sure going on our ME system right here. Now when you click on this, of course, there's nothing in there. It's perfectly fine, right? But we need other stuff. Indeed. So let's get some of the other terminals that I was already talking about. Terminal. There we go. Just might as well pull them all up. The other one that we definitely need was the pattern terminal, and that required an ME crafting terminal. So let's do that guy up, just like so. And that guy. Boom. So that'll be our pattern terminal. Very, very useful item. And the last but not least, the interface terminal I'd like to have as well. So we can get our, we have an illuminated panel. We have an engineer's processor. The only other thing that we need is an ME interface. And this guy requires more of those cores. I need to make 2 of these, so we'll be perfectly fine with this. Quite simply. One of those, one of the formations, and one of the annihilations. Good stuff. Alright. Boom. Nether quartz. We don't have any room. It's fine. Okay. There we go. Alright, that, and now we need to make our ME interfaces. Boom. Just regular old glass, that's right. And we're pretty much out of room. 1, 2. We need 2 of these. 1 and 2. Excellent. Okay, so the first one is going to go with the ME interface terminal. So that guy. Good, there's that. And the other one we need on our system. So this is going to go right here. And now, when we click on this, is that not working? Why isn't that working? Hold on. Nope. Nope. There we go. Is that working now? No, it's not. Why is that not working? You know what we can do? We can solve this. You can make it into an interface like this. And just simply get another glass cable here. Like so. And we can attach the interface directly to our drawer controller. Like so. And why is that still not working? Why in the world? Is that not doing its thing? It should bring up all of our stuff. That is strange. Okay. It's supposed to bring up all of our stuff. Oh, no, wait. I built the wrong thing. That's why. We do need the interface anyways, but first of all, we need another item anyways. Okay? So we need what's called a storage bus. Alright? Now, a storage bus is a great little item by Applied Energistics, and you can apply this to any other storage that you can think of. Pretty straightforward, and it's very easily done. Okay, so I'm going to need a few more of these. Not a huge deal at all. This is why I got extra Fluix dust. See, planned ahead a little bit. Yeah, all that fun stuff. But this is why I got all of that. So we can make another ME storage. Boom. Good. ME interface, sorry. And now we can make the storage bus. We'll need a sticky piston. I'm lacking a slime ball. I have 0 slime balls. What? What? What do you mean I have 0 slime balls? This is madness. Okay. 0 slime balls. Alright, let's head on over to our slime farm. Woo, overshot. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Perfect. Found some. We'll jump on back to the storage, and we can just kind of do this with this and get our sticky piston. Good. That'll handle that, and there we go. I think that we are done. 1 piston, and we should be able to make our storage bus. All right. So that guy's going to go there with that. And now we have access to our entire drawer system. Everything that we could ever want is in here. That's in our drawers right now. So we're good to go. Awesome. We have access to everything from that. Now, one of the things that we do still also have is we still have the remote order. So no matter what, wherever we are, we can still remote order as well. So very nice indeed. The other thing that we can implement in is we can actually we can tie into any ME storage drive as well. So we can search now in here, ME, beautiful stuff, and we can make some good things like an ME drive. Yeah, and we're about to do that right now because there's a few things that we really need to get done. So one of the things that I like to do is 4K storage drives. I think that's pretty common nowadays, but it's pretty straightforward. Definitely not these. Definitely not those. What? Okay, that's fine. We'll do this. Can you not use that? Oh no, you can. You can. We just need the logic processors. That's what we need. Boom. So we'll do 1, 2, 3 of those, and this will give us our ability to make our 4K setup right here. Boom. And what goes in the middle? What goes in the middle? A quartz glass. We have that right down here. I made a whole bunch of that as well. I planned ahead. So we are kind of cruising, right? We are starting to really truck on. We got our ME. We can start doing all that auto crafting and all that kind of stuff. And we will need to do that right away. And 2 more quartz glass. Good. 1 and 2. Okay, first storage drive. Better than chess. Completely agreed. All right. I'm just going to tuck it in right here for right now because we're kind of limited a little bit. And we'll put in our 4K storage. So basically now, I can put, say for example, all of this stuff that I have in here directly into this storage. Just like so. And instead of it getting deleted or missing or anything like that, it stores it on these drives. Okay, so now we have, oh god, oh no, forgot about the uranium. Ow, ow, ow. Oh, I'm fine. We're fine. Ow. Forgot all about the uranium. But we can now put all of these items into here, and now it's all stored on that drive. Now this guy here, it served us so well, but I think we're actually going to get rid of it now. Yes, indeed. I think it's time to move on. We shouldn't really need it anymore, so we're going to move on from that guy. Now, of course, any of the standard stuff is still going to end up in the correct place, in the drawers here. So we're still good on that front, but other stuff will not, okay? So it's going to be just as simple to, you know, grab a piece of dirt, boom, and boom. And like I said, we can still use our remote order. Now, the problem with our remote order is we now don't have access to, for example, our glass cable. Okay? our Flux cable. Alright, now the reason being is it's part of the AE system and not part of the drawer controller. So we do need to implement an interface on a certain spot, okay? So we need to get an interface on our provider, I think it was. So let me just grab the interface here and a little bit of the glass fiber cable. Like so, and let's go set that guy up. We'll be in the back here. So, let's see. We need it on this, right? On the provider. Yeah, we need to connect to that provider, don't we? It's a little cramped back here, in case you didn't notice. What's in there? That's all my yellerite and stuff. And that's our ME drive right there, hey? You know what? If we just bust out here, that's our filing cabinet. That's our ME drive. We could probably just kind of come up and over. Okay, and then if we do our ME interface on there and connect it, will that work? Let's find out. We have the remote order with us. Let's look up processors. Yes, we have all of our processors and stuff now. So we are good to go on that front. So now we have full access to all of our storage drawers, if we decide to keep them at all times, as well as the AE stuff. Just with a couple interfaces and storage buses, we are good to go. Pretty freaking sweet, if I do say so myself. I am so excited to have this system up and running. You guys have no idea. Alright, good. Okay, next step with applied energistics is probably going to be the auto crafting of different things. How do we want to do this? The auto crafting is a very interesting applied energistics. Alright. Actually, let's go with a 16K. We can just type 16K like so, and that'll show us one of the crafting storages, this guy here. And for that we need a crafting unit and a storage component. Now, these crafting units are used for different things. Crafting coprocessors, monitors, and then all of the different sizes up to 64K. Alright, so we do need, as my phone just dinged, we do need to have a crafting coprocessing unit, and we also need to have one of these at least, okay? So the more coprocessing units you have, the more you can craft, all that kind of stuff. But the crafting unit is actually pretty cheap. It's not that bad in this pack. Different packs sometimes change it, so keep that in mind. I'm going to build 3 of them and just throw it right on in the system. And this guy here, we're also going to build up, not with you. We're going to get the regular Certus. This is why you set up auto crafting. Now, for the 16K, how many of these do I need? 16K. Okay, so for that, we need 3 4Ks, and each 4K requires 3. So that's 3 times 3, 9. 9 of them. There's a reason I got all those processors prepped. See what I mean? Okay. 4K, boom. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. And now we can do the 16K just like so. So we have our 16K, we're good to go. We can craft it with this. Boom. Next gen crafting. Indeed. The other thing that we can do is that coprocessor, Codash, which is just the crafting unit like so. And that's pretty much it. If I'm not mistaken, that's all we need for auto crafting. Now, one of the things with ME you have to be careful of, each side of the ME controller can have 32 channels, okay? Now, these channels, each one of these cables can carry 8 channels on it. Alright? So, for some of this stuff, you need a ton of channels, and that's where it gets a little bit sketchy with the ME controller overall. But we'll get it all figured out, don't you worry. Let's clear out a little bit of room here, because we can, right underneath our butts, and we will get our glass fiber cable. Boom, Control A, collect. Oh, it still works. How sweet is that? Alright. And this guy is just going to come off like this. We're going to do the and the 16K. And now it forms. And then it lights up. And now it is online. So, what we can do is we can actually start some of our auto crafting. Okay? Now, auto crafting is pretty straightforward. But one of the things that you need is these guys, blank patterns, and prepare to use up all of your glowstone. Let me just leave it at that. Okay, charged, regular. Does that every time. I don't know why it defaults to that one. It's the hardest one to get. All right, so blank patterns, you can shift click to make all of them that you have available in your inventory. Okay, so that is another way that you can go. Quartz glass as well is another thing that we need to make a whole bunch of. And let's see, quartz glass. Boom, that guy there. Excellent. And 64. Perfect. That'll be good. So what we can do is these guys go in here, just like so, in the pattern terminal. So now, for example, say we want to make more of those patterns, and we want to auto-craft this recipe, okay? We can set this guy up in here, boom, apply the Certus, and we can encode that pattern just like that. Perfect. Then we can disable that, and we now have this encoded pattern, okay? Now, this guy is great, but we need the machine to craft that item. So we need a molecular assembler. And that guy, pretty straightforward. Nothing too crazy. Most of this AE2 stuff is actually quite easy once you get to it. It's one of those things, but it's that one item that really is holding you back, that ME controller or energy acceptor. So there is our first molecular assembler, and we're going to need another few ME interfaces as well. So I'm going to make these guys. We're going to get it done, and I'll be right back. Alright, so we're down here by our little co-processing unit, and what I want to do is I want to actually just branch off from a new direction of our ME controller. Now we're running into a little bit of a compression issue here. I probably should have cleared out more room and all that stuff in the initial, but I am debating getting rid of all of the storage drawers over time here. But we'll probably do that next episode. I'll have to make quite a few things. So, I'm just going to run another line off of here. This is not the efficient setup that I want, but it will do the job for right now, okay? So this guy is going to connect, and what we're going to have is a big old system. Let's just change this up a little bit, right out like this. Yeah, I think like that. Okay. So the line is going to go down the middle. Now remember, these can only hold 8 channels. Each one of these items requires a channel, okay? So you can only do so much at this point in time with this current system. Now, one of the nice things about this is you can put down, say, the molecular assembler here, and all of these devices, connecting them all up like this, will all be connected and powered and ready to go, okay? So, the molecular assembler is the guy that's going to do our crafting for us. Really? I'm just trying to go right there. Literally right there. Literally right there. Thank you. So now, when we come down into our interface terminal here, you will see the molecular assembler in this setup. This guy here is actually our provider pipe, and it says nothing, so keep that in mind. So now, when I put in this pattern in the molecular assembler, when we go into here, we should be able to see blank pattern craft. Okay, so now I could say, okay, let's craft 3 of these guys. It'll tell you what all it's going to use. It'll tell you how much bytes it's going to use of our crafting system. So we have a maximum of 16K, and we can hit start. And all of a sudden, it'll craft the blank patterns that we require. Now, we can do this for pretty much everything. And I highly, highly recommend setting up some of your basics, okay? So, for example, crafting table. Or, you know what, let's just do a piston. A piston is a terrific example of a pattern that you should have. Done. Let's do a sticky piston. Done. Okay, so now you have both of those in the auto crafting, right like so. Boom and boom, and you're good to go. Okay, so you want to get a lot of the basics done. Crafting table is another major one. Boom, crafting table, just like so. We can get that guy done. There's a lot of just really good ones that you should do. Sticks, all that kind of stuff. Get all your basics down first. Once you have your basics down, then you can build from there. I would do spruce wood, but I want to automate up our sawmill for that. So we will get into that probably in the next coming episodes as well. Torches, if you use a lot of torches, is a very good one. Chests are obviously terrific. Furnaces are going to be terrific, especially now that we have that compacting drawer. That's going to help out a lot. Just all the really good basic ones for sure you'll want to do. I still haven't seen sticks yet though. We'll need to do sticks. Stone bricks is usually a pretty good one to have. I'm sure a lot of you guys use that as well. So, you know, just all those little things. Make sure you have as much as possible. Good to go. Hoppers. Done. You know, I just usually go through the list, start at the beginning. It's all the vanilla stuff. I get my vanilla stuff down pat, and then we build from there. Alright, so that's pretty much wrapping up point. We are, yeah, we're there. Our power situation is doing good. I was a little concerned about just having this one guy for power, but with this one cable seems to be cutting it for now. I made another coprocessor, another 16K. We've started to fill a lot of these guys up just with some generic recipes. Other really good ones are ones like this, the nuggets and all that kind of stuff. So I think we're pretty much good. We've set up the basics of our system are good to go. I think from there, the next step is we're going to have to reorganize a lot. We're going to have to redistribute a whole bunch and get our auto crafting done of things like inscribers, things like the sawmill. I really want to get the sawmill completely auto crafted up. But equally, I do have the technology to craft a couple 4K storages whenever I want, so we're good to go there. Sticks, all that jazz. So there you go, 2 more. Look at that. Bam and bam. We already have almost 2 full. So the reason I use 4K is the 63 of 63 types. It's kind of good for the small stuff. You can only store 63 items in a storage cell, whether it's 64K, 1K, 4K, or 16K. So 4K, you can see we're not full on bytes, but we are full on types. Not full on bytes, but full on types. Alright, so that's going to be it for this episode. Leave a like, subscribe. So much more to do. Lots going on. Oh, so excited. Bye-bye.